So you might not walk out of here very happy today.
I don't want to see the gray. I mean, to do something like to minimalize. I really don't like.
When we finish, as I said, you're gonna still see some gray. You're not gonna be the most desirable color that you like, because it seems like you're really against gray. But trust me, within few months, if you change your way of thinking about it, you're gonna be happier without me doing anything extra.
Feeling like grandma already. I'm also putting a lot my hair away, and like all I see, that's.
Yeah, but the thing is, for how long are you gonna fight this? This is gonna keep coming back every 2 weeks.
I don't know.
This is the issue. This gray is gonna keep.
I know
coming.
it's lost, but
okay, it's you're fighting something that keep growing. It's like a plant that's really nourished and growing non-stop. You have to find a balance on where to stand in the middle of this, where the maintenance is low and the touch-up is on the minimum, and the hair start getting healthy. But that starts from here, accepting a little bit the gray. We can tweak it a little bit, adjust it. We can do one plan. Do you live in Dubai?
Yes.
Okay, we can start with one strategy today, then adjust to a second strategy next time, and then start tweaking till you feel like, okay, this is the right balanced thing that I'm comfortable with.
Okay.
Because as you mentioned, your hair is not gonna survive with this way.
No, I know I cannot bleach it.
And the problem is, because your root's quite small, you still bothers you. But soon this roots, if you leave it for 6 months and becomes bigger, you're gonna feel like, wow, when I put it up, it's not actually that bad, because your lighter silver color will be longer, will be dominant. So you're gonna tell me, now my gray looks like nice silver shades. Your gray, it has a nice silver reflection to it, especially around the front. You see that? This is beautiful. If you allow those to grow, you're gonna have a beautiful framing.
So it was advised to me by the hairdresser to bleach the roots because it was too much gray coming out and the highlights couldn't cover it. Like before I had only a lot of highlights, like even 60. But now they're bleaching the gray and they were putting highlights to get a little bit like dark blonde, a little bit lighter blonde. And that was I was doing for the last 4 years. But now I noticed that they are breaking. Actually, I was asking why my hair are like standing like this after drying, and they were saying, no, it's a new hair coming out. And then actually I saw your video and it was explained that's not new hair,
it's all breakage.
It's the breakage, and it's like make the clicks. Okay, so I'm in trouble.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what do you feel about it?
Old.
Okay.
I don't know what to do, but my hair is getting less and less. I mean, I hope I don't have any problem at scalp, on my head, but like
not much left.
There is not much left, and
your hair is thick. Like if you grab the
I have
roots,
this feeling like this is okay, but they are breaking.
Yes, so you got a lot of hair on the roots. The minute you move tiny bit away from the bleached area, your hair loses 50% of the thickness. Halfway through, there's not much left. By the end, there's nothing left.
And I'm scared that like I will following this path, like in 1-2 years, I have to cut like really short because I wouldn't have any hair left.
Yeah, that's completely true.
So I don't know what to do. But
you have 2 options here. First of all, before I go through the 2 options, you need to understand that bleach or a high percentage of highlight has 2 consequences, regardless of the damage. The damage is one of the biggest consequences. But one of them that the line becomes even more obvious, because the main point that you're shifting to blonde is to hide the gray.
Yes.
But in your situation here, you're creating a line that holds a darker roots than blonder ends. So usually the people, they have dark hair and gray roots.
Yeah.
So there's dark on the ends and lighter on the virgin growth. Yours is the opposite way around, because now your roots became even darker than your ends because you have your natural there. Okay? So the line, it's there, the difference in color is still there. The second point is this is starting to look one color, so it's washing your face out.
Yeah.
This is the second problem. The third problem is all the damage, and now you're stuck with doing more frequent salon visits. I always tell my clients, whenever you have gray, you have to adapt the ends to match what's going on here, not more and not less. You try to cover the gray, you go with more than what you need, then you see a line. If you go less, you're gonna still see that the roots are darker than the ends. So whatever you do on the length, as a combination, it has to match this.
Okay.
If it doesn't, then you land on this problem and the maintenance starts to build up and becomes more and more. Now what happened, it happened. First option, I would add only very few ones. Then I do a quick toning to remove the yellow. When I finish the job and you do this, you're gonna tell me, but I still see all my gray. Yes, you're gonna still see all your gray, but we have to keep a good amount so when you have roots growing, they will match. Okay, the whole point from adding a few highlights, just to add a bit of difference in feeling of color there, that will match. No, it will never match what you have here, but somehow an introduction of what you have here. Because when I come back with the toning, I will tone those few highlights and I will tone the yellow to reduce it tiny bit. The second option is we don't do at all highlight. We keep the gray exactly as it is, and we run a lavender, maybe not visible lavender, but kind of a grayish lavender finishing that will transform the gray from being light gray to from being silver light gray to being a little bit darker gray. Then we'll expand it all the way to the ends. So when you finish, your color will look one shade darker, not because it's darker, because gray colors usually look slightly darker than blonder or gold colors. They're two different things, two different personalities. The second one has no bleach at all. It's more safe. And in the second one, I keep your dark exactly how it is. I don't change it, which means when you have a regrowth, you have a perfect blend. So my focus will be from here down. When the warmth go away and this becomes similar feeling to what you have on the roots, I expand the color on the roots.
I don't want to see the gray. I mean, to do something like to minimalize. I really don't like
Then
it.
you go with option one, which is gonna take a little bit attention away from the gray, not much. And this need treatment, of course, to treat it.
Yes, it's so it's not hair. It's air dry, so I don't use.
So let's do this. Let's start with a little bit of highlight on the minimum.
Yes, but I need the time
then tone it a little bit to blend it with the gray.
Yeah.
Again, you're gonna still see the gray at the end.
Yes, I understand.
Then we can treat it if you want and refresh the cut. We'll talk about the cut later.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. I think I need the time. To accept
you see how it feels.
the gray.
Then we can always increase the gray coverage.
Yeah.
We can always add the highlight, but the only way to know how it feels is to start the process.
Okay.
Gradually we can adjust it.
Okay.
Okay, so you might not walk out of here very happy today, but then
I'm not happy. It's like this. That bothers me. I think even more than this, because it's like when I open it doesn't look good, and it's so.
It's okay. That's gonna get sorted with. That needs time and treatment and cutting and stopping the bleach will be able to heal it.
So
Okay. Let me give you quickly the breakdown of the price, then we can start.
Okay.
Yeah.
Beats on the track.
How it feels?
They are very soft. So that's what I love most. It's really very, very soft.
You were freaking out that the color will
Yeah, but the
look too
color,
much.
but it blends really nice with the gray. Like,
So I kept it natural over
Yeah.
here, but I made it looks like has a feeling of what you see on the roots.
Yes.
So now when you look at the gray is still there.
Yes.
I mean, literally, I put only a few foils on the top, and my main work was just to blend the color.
Yes.
So that's why when you look at it now, it has a beautiful transition, like you see it in the light.
Yes.
A beautiful transition. And the more you do it, the more you get used to that. When you get used to this feeling, now you have only this much of regrowth.
Yes.
But I promise you, when you let this gray gets longer and longer and have this much length, like let's say, and you will have this much length within 6 months and have the same combination, you'll tell me, you know what, I'm really liking seeing the gray within the highlight. Then in one point you might tell me, you know what, just leave it. We don't need to do anything. Now, in terms of texture, we fixed it. It's much healthier, much softer. I went slightly shorter with the lens because you had too much thin of an edge. All right?
Yeah.
But yes, look at the front.
They are really soft. I love the softness.
So the gray is there, but it's not there at the same time. I need you to stand up, please. Yeah, the texture feels
The texture is amazing.
much better.
Yes. There is no comparison.
Slightly down, beautiful. If you turn to the back. Okay. ابعد عنه شوي. Look at me, look at me. That's it.
So soft. I love it.
I love it.
Yes, that's true. No,
Beautiful.
It's really very, very
Thank you,
nice.
darling. You look amazing. Thank you for your patience today.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Thank you.